Hello Team Minot. My name is John Jaworski. Some of you know me as Mr. J, and I'm your community support coordinator and the moderator for our You Matter Roundtable, also known as Ask the Helping Agency Experts podcast. I have some subject matter experts with me today, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Let's go ahead and start with you, Chaplain.
Hi, greetings everybody. This is Chaplain J.R. Harris. I am the wing chaplain here at Minot Air Force Base.
Captain Kilgore.
Hello, my name is Captain Kilgore. I am a psychologist here in the mental health clinic at Minot Air Force Base.
Ms. Carbo.
Hi, my name is Kelly Carbo, and I am one of the intervention specialists in family advocacy here in the Med Group.
Awesome. And Ms. Larson.
Good morning, I'm Suzanne Larson, the Airman and Family Services Flight Chief, and I oversee all operations of the Airman and Family Readiness Center.
Awesome. So welcome to our first podcast. Our current environment is very different today than it was just a little over a month ago. You may be struggling with some of those changes. For example, social distancing, restriction of movement, and the list kind of goes on. Our goal is to give you a place where our subject matter experts from the helping agencies, think about mental health, ADAP, family advocacy, Airman and Family Readiness Center, EO, SAPR, the Hawk, the list goes on there. We're here to help answer your questions. Questions can range from how to deal with a situation, whether that's parenting, relationships, how to cope with isolation, questions about services that are offered and how to access them, stress management, basically any question about any of our comprehensive airman fitness domains, whether that be physical, spiritual, social, and or mental. We will rally our experts from our different helping agencies and do our best to get you answers and information. So how do you do that? You can submit your questions via the Team Minot app on your mobile device. If you open up the app, on the side, you'll see Helping Agency Q&A. Just click on that link and it'll take you to a Survey Monkey. You can leave your question anonymously. If you'd like to, you can give us your information so that we can get back to you directly. But that is optional, so we want to give you a place where you can ask your questions anonymously. So again, on your mobile device, the Team Minot app, Helping Agency Q&A. So with that, let's get right to our first question. And our first question comes to us regarding the Transition Assistance Program. And the question is, how far out can capstone be completed?
The capstones can be completed no later than 90 days from the date of separation, or when the member has completed all of the career readiness standards as they discuss in their initial counseling session with the staff member from Airman and Family Readiness Center. So there is a lengthy timeline and some different milestones along the way as you work through the TAP program. And so that will be explained in that initial counseling session to include the capstone appointment. So it's just important that members get started in the TAP process in a timely manner so we can hit all those milestones and help them separate appropriately.
Awesome, thank you for that. So we do have another question, and that question is, and this is more for the entire panel, I'd like to have a discussion. How do we tolerate being frustrated due to our current environment, our current situation, specifically relating to COVID-19? So I'll hand that over to our experts just to have a general discussion.
So I'll start with two things that you can do with kind of building your frustration tolerance. The first thing, kind of the most important thing that we often encourage folks to do is remember your why. Remember kind of why you're doing what you're doing, what's important to you, how do you live your values on a daily basis, even when there's an interruption to what you want to be doing or an interruption to your expectations. To remember what's really important and try to have reminders that can kind of help you embody that on a daily basis, whether it's a picture, it's a quote, it's people that you talk to, but really remembering your why is super important to be able to tolerate those frustrating moments that will continue to occur, whether it's involving COVID or something else. The second thing that's really important to do is something called activity scheduling. So a lot of folks are at home and their routine is pretty disrupted. And I would encourage you to actually make a daily schedule that involves even mundane activities. Try to wake up at the same time every day. Write on your schedule when you're going to brush your teeth, what you're going to eat for breakfast. Are you going to walk around the neighborhood if that's sanctioned? What are you going to make for lunch? Really scheduling those activities, even if it seems silly, can actually help tolerate some of the frustration and some of the interruption to our routine.
Excellent advice. So remembering your why and having some normalcy in your life, maintaining a schedule, which I think is what we mostly do Monday through Friday anyway, right?
We try to.
Fair enough. Okay. Anybody else like to add to that?
I would say from the spiritual pillar, it's really important for people to connect right now, and one of the ways we can do that is by leveraging technology. There's a lot of different support groups and faith communities that are offering online, sometimes live, sometimes pre-recorded, but leveraging technology to connect yourself in this season of social distancing. So that's kind of the digital skill, but also at the same time not neglecting some more old school skills like personal reflection, prayer, meditation, journaling, that internal looking soul work that people have done for thousands and thousands of years, that is still very important. So maybe it looks like putting pen to paper, or maybe it's dictating it on a phone, or using notes on your smart device, whatever. But the point being, not just connecting through digital means, but looking internally to ask yourself about your purpose, and trying to drill down into that more deeply.
So I like what you said. You talked about sticking with your purpose, but also utilizing all of the technology that we have available to stay connected. I think what we're doing right now in terms of this podcast is a great example of, we have 5 people from all over whether it be the base or the city of Minot, and we're finding a way to connect, to get information out to our community. Ms. Carbo, Ms. Larson, do you have anything you want to add to this conversation?
I would like to talk a little bit about some uncertainty people are feeling during this time with regard to their finances. There are maybe folks whose spouse has become unemployed, or they have family members in different states or locations that are experiencing financial difficulties. And I want to caution people not to make impulsive decisions right now with regard to their finances. We've heard some stories of folks sending money home to, siblings, parents, that type of thing, and then that puts them in some financial straits here. So please make sure that you are encouraging your family members to make use of the resources they may have in their community. But if you are experiencing some financial difficulties, our counselors are ready to help you with budgeting. Perhaps you might need an Air Force aid loan or something along those lines. We can help you with that those questions or concerns. As long as you reach out to us, we'll be happy to guide you through any process or connect you with resources that we may be able to have available for you.
Excellent. Yeah, finances are super important. And I love the message about watching ourselves from being, or preventing ourselves from being impulsive, because that covers so much ground, right? Whether it be finances, the online shopping stories we probably could tell each other for days about that's gone awry. But the eating, all the other things that come along with this sudden change to how our normal day-to-day looks. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Ms. Carbo, do you have anything you want to add to the conversation at this point?
Yeah, so just to kind of add to what Captain Kilgore and Chaplain said, maintaining that routine is especially important for our children as well. They're really confused during this time, not really knowing what to do with school being out. So maintaining their routine, getting up and going to bed on time, maintaining those connections with their friends, their teachers, doing those kind of things virtually. So just maintaining the kids in the way that they had been while school was in session.
Yeah, no, I think that's an excellent point. And let's not forget about our kiddos in the mix, because it's easy to forget, as adults, we've had a lot of experiences. We've learned how to react to situations, sometimes healthy, sometimes not so healthy. But we kind of have our default, and our children aren't used to that level of change, and talk about disrupted, right? Now their social circles are different, how they're learning, how they're going to school. So I love the advice about making sure that we give them a sense of normalcy, some structure and routine. And then tagging on to what Chaplain said about using those virtual resources to connect via Facebook or Zoom or any of those other media outlets we have to do virtual play dates and other things. So excellent point. Excellent point. One of the things that we was mentioned when you talked about reaching out to get in touch with us Could each of you kind of talk briefly about how to get in touch with your agency, if people are seeking services? So Captain Kilgore, I'm going to start with you.
Sure. So folks can continue to get in touch with the mental health clinic. We are still open. Mental health and ADAPT are still open for business. We're just doing things in a modified fashion to accommodate some of the requirements to be in compliance with the COVID-19 guidelines. So most of our appointments are occurring telephonically or via video. And so we encourage folks to continue to call or get in touch with their SHIRT. They can call the mental health clinic at 701-723-5527. And then that's also how they'll get in touch with ADAPT. And then we'll let them know how we can kind of triage their concerns. And so you don't have to worry about setting up anything until you get in contact with us. And we'll kind of guide you through the process and let you know how we're going to modify our services. But we're open for business and we're happy to continue to support our folks here at Minot in the best way that we can.
Awesome. Ms. Carbo, you want to talk about how folks can access family advocacy services?
Yeah, so just like Captain Kilgore said, we are still open for business. You can reach out to us at 701-723-5096 and doing our appointments the same way as mental health and ADAPT. If you do need prevention services, definitely reach out, anger management, parenting, whatever it may be, and we will definitely connect you with those resources if we're not able to provide them. And also, if you're a victim of domestic violence, we do have that phone covered 24/7, and that number is 701-343-3531.
Awesome. Ms. Larson.
Yes. While the Airman and Family Readiness Center is physically closed, all of our staff are teleworking from home and making sure that we offer all of the services that we traditionally offer in our facility. What we did is establish a Gmail account that we are asking everyone to send routine questions or concerns or requests for appointments to. That Gmail account is MinotRightStart, all one word, MinotRightStart@gmail.com. And all of our staff have access to that Gmail inbox, and they are in there on a routine basis looking for anyone who's reaching out for assistance. And then they'll pull that email and make contact with that member and work through whatever issue or process or resource connection we need to do for the member. If there are any urgent or emergency situations, or for example, emergency travel, if a military member has the death of an immediate family member and they need to arrange emergency travel, my personal cell phone number is the contact for that. And then I will connect them with one of our Air Force Aid caseworkers to get that process going. So my number is 701-240-6447. And then I just also want to say the after hours and weekend emergency assistance, emergency travel assistance process remains the same. And that's for the member to contact the Red Cross to get that process started. And then we'll follow up on the back end to convert that from a loan to a grant if it meets all the parameters.
Awesome. Chaplain Harris, talk about chapel services.
Sure. Well, the chapel, we've had to pivot a lot of our worship services to online and virtual. And those can be accessed through our Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, you just go and type in the @ Team Minot Chapel, and you'll be directed to our chapel Facebook page, and all of our services are live streamed and linked there. If you need to speak with a chaplain or a religious affairs airman, you can reach us 24/7, 365, as we are always available by calling the Minot Command Post. That number is 701-723-3101, and when the operator picks up, just ask to speak with the on-call chaplain and we'll patch you through. Additionally, our True North religious support teams, they carry their on-call phone all the time, just like a first sergeant or any other helping agencies. So you can reach them through your chain of command.
Awesome. So experts, do you have anything you'd like to add for our inaugural or our initial podcast? Okay.
I think just a quick reminder that we're all in this together, that there is not a person in this universe, child, adult, civilian, active duty, family member, that is not impacted by what's going on right now. So we want to continue to support you. So please write in your questions and we're happy to address them, and we're all in this together and we're Minot strong together.
That is absolutely awesome. And you are not alone if you are struggling with this. Okay, so thank you for your time today, Team Minot. I'm sure that you have some questions, or that we have some questions in our community. So please use your mobile device, go to the Team Minot app and submit them via that SurveyMonkey link. So have a nice weekend. We look forward to answering more of your questions during next week's podcast. Stay safe, practice appropriate social distancing, and please remember that you matter, and stay Minot strong.